Okay, hi. Most of you would know that I have modified my Interceptor quite extensively, both in terms of aesthetics and functionality. It was only fair that I did some things to my Himalayan as well. Now, don't get me wrong, I have installed some parts from the OEM catalog, like the lever guards, the tall windscreen, the tail rack, and the rally seat. I just wanted to add a little bit of more functionality to Himalayan as well. So let me show you what I'm about to do. I really wanted to explore some aftermarket parts on the gear shifter. Now, the standard gear shifter that comes with the bike is pretty decent. I have only installed this Pro Taper shoe protector on the lever, which is rather nice. It doesn't really allow your sneakers to get dirty. A little bit is fine. I always clean that all the time. But in terms of adjustability, not so much. Same thing with the brake lever as well. Now, the brake lever does not offer any adjustability whatsoever, and it is also a little on the inside. So you just have to be constantly near the engine. So that's just a personal experience that I didn't like that much. And also, if you see closely, I had a tiny bit of fall last year when I was coming back from Ladakh, and I was lucky enough that the lever didn't get completely damaged. It only had a few scratches on the foot peg as well. See? And on the lever guards also. So I thought I'll add just a little bit of adjustability to the brake lever and the gear shifter lever as well. Let me show you what I've got. Now, thanks to AutoEngina for sending me adjustable gear shifter lever and adjustable brake pedal as well. Now this is of top-notch quality. Both of these parts are adjustable, and should you fall unfortunately in an accident or something like that, or some light fall during your trail rides, these levers would just fold and not get damaged. Pretty ingenious. And using a 3mm Allen key, you can adjust these levers according to your foot size. Ta-da! Very, very functional. What do you think? Same thing with the brake pedal as well. Look at that. There you go. Right? Now, Royal Enfield also makes adjustable gear shifter levers as well. Let me quickly show you that also. It's this one right here. Now, let me put the brake pedal aside for a minute. If you compare these two, the length on the Royal Enfield lever is a little bit longer. This feels very light. Now this is made from 6063 aviation grade aluminium. This is very, very quality stuff and superiorly designed as well. Not saying this is bad by any means, but this is extremely cost effective. This also folds during impact. However, if you compare the quality of it, AutoEngina is definitely quite superior, I would say. One added thing that I would like to point out is, while this is pretty good, if you use this on your daily commute, on your Himalayan, this, if you see closely, is of a little abrasive material. So this will damage your sneakers or your boots. Quality stuff, but not meant for daily riding. If you're an avid trail rider, if you do trail riding with your ADV boots and all that, this lever is just fine. But this thing is quality stuff. This also folds on impact, but this has a rubber boot at the end. So it might make your shoe a little dirty, but dirty can always be cleaned as opposed to tearing it off completely, which will have to be repaired. Installing both these levers is very, very easy. Let me quickly show you how to install the gear shifter, and then we'll proceed on to installing the brake pedal. Let's begin. Now, first things first, I've always presented in a rather dirty manner sometimes using surgical gloves, which just looks hideous in my opinion. And the presentation of that just goes for a toss. I know it doesn't really matter. What I'm showing you guys matters more than what I'm actually wearing. But why am I saying that? Because this time I learned, and I do read all the comments. I'll be using proper gloves this time. So let's begin. In order for you to remove the gear shifter, you would need a 5mm Allen key. Just use that, and it's rather easy to open this up. Once you've loosened this, you can just use your hands and remove this entirely. Pretty easy process. There you go. Once you've done that, just carefully pull this out. That's what she said. And off it comes. Now, there's nothing wrong with this lever per se. Let me tell you that. This is very good and you can go ahead with this. It is only if you want a little bit of more functionality on your ride, on your trail rides, then you should definitely think of upgrading. Okay, let me bring out this one. And it's as easy as installing this. There you go. Now, one thing you have to make sure is that the lever will not be below your pedal. It'll be above it. So adjust it according to your foot size. It should be above the foot peg, because then it is easier for you to shift. Let me quickly hop on the bike and show you guys. See that? It's easy. Because if it is below the lever, then it's easy. It's quite difficult to put your foot under the shifter. This one is very, very easy. I hope it made sense. Once you have figured out the position, it is just as simple as just putting the screw back and tightening it up, and that's it. It'll literally take you about 3 minutes to install this. I am shooting and blabbering at the same time, so it takes me about 5 minutes to do that, but it'll take you much lesser time. Almost done. Perfect. Now, what remains is adjusting this bit right here. Now, if you remember at the starting of the video, I had told you that this thing is adjustable by a 3mm Allen key. So, according to your foot size, I'll also do that. Hold on. This thing is pretty good for me. Not that far ahead. It should be a little bit back. That's it. That's what is more like it. Just go underneath it and just tighten the Allen bolts. There you go. Not too much. That's about it. This is already done. Let's move on to the other side. Now, in order for you to open the brake pedal, you would need a 6mm Allen bolt, which I have it in my tool right here. 6mm one. Pair it with an extension right there and put a ratchet behind it. Also, you would need a 12mm open-ended spanner, because there is a locking nut behind this thing right here. Let me quickly get that for you. Just place your spanner, have your ratchet wrench to open, and off it comes easily. Once you're there halfway and you've taken the locking nut out as well, make sure there is a clip right here. Hold on. This is your locking pin. Just remove this pin right there, like that. It comes out and you can just pull this out. Now, careful, there is also a spring right here. If you're not careful enough, then it'll make your brake pedal go up and it'll hit your engine side. So you don't want to destroy or damage your precious powder coated metal. So have a hand right here, remove this one and just sort of disengage this part like that. And once this is done, you can go back to removing this nut right here. There you go. And that is your OEM brake pedal. This is the part number should you wish to replace it, in case you are looking for it. That's pretty much it. There is no functionality to this. It is just there. small damage to it. But that's fine. We'll be changing that today. I had already applied some grease to this pin right here. If you're doing this DIY, make sure to apply some grease right here. Now, before installing the brake pedal, I also marked how I want the brake pedal to be or where it should be placed. I will just use a 3mm Allen key and just secure this position right here, because I don't want to be making any adjustments after I've installed the pedal. There you go. Not too tight, just enough so that it doesn't move. And this is pretty sturdy, it will not move. Now, once you have done that, don't forget the spring, which is right here. This goes on. There is a tiny hole also here, if you can see, right here. The end bit goes on like that. It gets inside this part. Once you have done that, make sure that one end of the spring goes inside there. That's it. And then the spring is aligned. I'll use this, set it to tighten. Now, while I have this here, just use this pin and put it back here and lock it so that this does not allow the brake pedal to go and hit the engine. Make sure it is tight, and as is the locking nut behind it. There. Perfect. It'll take you about 15-20 minutes. This is pretty sturdy. It's foldable. I like the look of it. Look at that. Now you will struggle with the spring mechanism of it. There's a spring tensioner right here. If you can see that spring will always want to remove the tension from it. So it'll be difficult for you to hold this lever and tighten this up at the same time. So, but I'm sure it's an easy job. It'll take about 15-20 minutes for you to install this. And that's about it. It's as simple as this. Is this E20 thing that's happening? Okay, this is pretty smart. I genuinely like it. And it is not that inside that you have to put your shoes close to the engine. It is on the little outside. So it's pretty nice, pretty neat. Both these things will fold should you fall. I love it. The quality in this is pretty nice. These spikes also offer very grippy feel to it. I know these are not riding shoes, but these can be your commuting shoes should you wish to. And there's nothing wrong with it, but I like the feel of it. And the gear lever is kind of amazing. Feels pretty good. Yep. Even if you're standing, it is not that far away. No more false neutrals. What do you think? Let me know. And once you have installed it, just see that if it is working fine. Yep, it is. There you go. Pretty much nice. Okay, that was a small DIY video on how to install gear shifter lever and brake pedal on your new Himalayan from AutoEngina. Special thanks to AutoEngina for sending those products. They are fabulous. And if you are a new viewer to the channel, do subscribe and let me know what your feedback is on the video. I read and respond to all the comments. Thank you so much for watching. This is Shri. See you in the next one.